Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how to make a homemade paper bead roller. I wanted to buy some of the nice ones that I saw online, but I was a little impatient, so I was trying to figure out if there was something I can make at home that would give me the same effect. And this is what I came up with. Basically, you take a skewer, the kind that you would use for shish kebabs. You get them at the grocery store or at the dollar store. I think 20 or 50 come in a pack, and it's $1 or $2. It's not very expensive. And what you want to do is use a pair of pliers and cut it in half so that you have two pieces. And then what I did was you want to split your piece of bamboo. So you get a very sharp utility knife, and it's going to be hard for you to cut all the way down. So what I figured out was that if you want to use something bigger than this, by the way, use a regular utility knife. This is awfully small. But you want to take it and you want to push down and pierce and perforate the bamboo. Let's say every centimeter or so, or half centimeter or so. And what will start to happen is the bamboo, let me show you, the bamboo will start splitting on that end. And then you take a straight edge, you maybe use a ruler or just the back of the knife. I'm using a nail tool because I found I had it handy. And all those perforations, you start pushing in on the perforations until you feel the bamboo split. And so what will happen is you end up with two from that one. At this point, what you want to do is go ahead and sand the inner part of the piece that you just split, and you want to sand it pretty smooth. I'm using this a medium coarse grit piece of sanding block here, and basically file it down until it's really smooth. You will have fibers here and there that are you're gonna have to pull off that didn't evenly separate, but that's not a problem. And what I figured out was that whatever side it started out with, like I know for sure that when I initially did it, it started out like this. If you take it and you flip it over, what happens is, since it's pretty hard to get a very perfect line down the center, one side is still going to be thick on one side and thin on the other. When you flip it over, the two thin sides will be close to each other and the two thick sides will be close to each other. So once you've done that, you need to find a way to secure the bottom of the two pieces that you've got together. Now what I did was I had gone to Joann's the other day and I was able to find some spacers in the jewelry section. This is regularly around like $5, and I think with the 40% off that they had going on, it was two and change. And I had seen the center of the bead was pretty big, and so I knew that it was going to fit the piece of bamboo together. So I was pretty happy about that. The fact that you've got the two thin ends on this side leaves a little bit of a gap in between, so that this actually fits perfectly. So I lucked out with this one, although I've tried it on another one and found it a little bit loose. What you could do is you could glue it in permanently, or you could use a piece of paper to help jam it in so that it doesn't come off, because you don't really need them to separate if you have a little bit of a gap here. This particular one, let's go ahead and see how this works. You take your paper that you're going to want to make a bead out of, and let's start this out real quick. You do have to hold firmly in the very beginning because they are loose, but once you start rolling it, you can let go. And here we go. I'm new to beading and I'm just getting used to being able to roll it evenly, but it seems it's a lot of fun so far. So I've gotten about halfway down and I'm ready to put my glue on there to finish up. Oops, let's see if I got it centered. Try and keep it as centered as possible so it comes out nice and pretty. And I've got it on there and it's done. And voila, it just pops right off. That's what I love about it being separate. Whereas if I had left it as it was, where if I had left it without flipping it over so that the insides were together, what would have happened was it would have been just like rolling it on a skewer, which in itself is not bad, but it's kind of tricky because once you start rolling it, what I found was that if you're rolling it really tight because you want a nice bead, when you pull it off, sometimes the inner part will stick to the bamboo. It won't come off easily. And what will happen is the outside will be nice and sealed, but when you start pulling it out, it will turn into a curling ribbon on the inside. And I've figured out that that is not necessarily the best way to make a bead. So that's what I came up with. I think it works pretty well. I'm still going to go ahead and buy that fancy one that I saw online because I think it's just too cool. And that one's all shiny and pretty and everything. But this is really great because I can make a few of these so that when my niece and nephews come over, we can sit and make paper beads and art projects and things like that. And it's cost effective, what it cost me totally. Less than, put all the parts together, less than a quarter. And it's going to provide plenty of hours of fun with me and my little ones. So hope you guys make a lot of nice beads. Please post pictures if you make some pretty ones. And since I'm still a novice, I'm still learning. I'm still not getting exactly right with the length of this paper because I've seen some really beautiful beads out there. If anyone has a nice template for making the beads or any suggestions, I'm going to be using polyacrylic to seal these when I have a chance. When I have a good number of them, I'm going to seal it with that because we don't get the Judykins Magic Glaze over here, Diamond Glaze, excuse me, around here. I've checked every store within an hour, and I have to pretty much go all the way up to LA to do it. But yeah, have fun and post some pictures if you got them, and thank you.